Hello everyone. Okay. Can you hear me? Hi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon everyone. So we have stopped. See, we were saying about natural fibers, right? Okay, now the next topic is I have completed what silk about the properties of silk. No, students, can you hear me? We have completed the properties of silk.
Ma'am.
Okay, now we are going to say what is man-made fibers, and we are going to discuss the properties of man-made fibers. Okay, man-made fibers are not found in nature, but they are spun from polymers like cellulose, synthetic polymers, metallic compounds, etc. by mechanical spinning process. They are not natural; they are man-made fibers that which have done by mechanical spinning process. So we are going to discuss some of the man-made fibers here. Now, the first one is viscose rayon. The properties of viscose rayon is a man-made regenerated cellulosic fiber, and it is fine, regular, or staple fiber. Anna is coming. Anna, can you hear me? Can you hear my sound? Anna, Sharon, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All have come, right? I think Anna's video is off. Okay, we are saying about the man-made fibers. Man-made fibers are not found in nature. It is spun by polymers like cellulose, synthetic polymers, metallic compounds by a mechanical process called spinning. Okay? And we are saying about viscose rayon. Viscose rayon is a man-made regenerated cellulosic fiber. And it is fine, regular or staple fiber. It is a fine fiber and it is regular. Staple fibers will be like this. I'll show step in the text. The pictures are the staple fibers will be like this. Composition of viscose rayon is similar to cotton. It is same like cotton. The composition, chemical composition of viscose rayon is same as cotton itself, and the cross section is serrated. So you can see the cross section of a fiber. See, everyone can see. Can you see the picture? This is the cross section of a viscose rayon, and the cross section is serrated. That means it have rough edges. It absorbs moisture. Viscose rayon have high absorbency. It is resistant to alkalis and can be laundered at home with detergents. See, we can easily wash this fabric with detergents, no problem. It is because it is resistant to alkalis. Okay, these are the properties of viscose rayon. You can see a viscose fabric here. Can you see? This is a viscose fabric. Okay, now who is going to say the properties of viscose rayon? Magna, can you please say the properties? It is man-made regenerated cellulosic fiber. Okay.
And it is a fine, regular, or staple fiber, and its chemical composition is similar to the cotton,
Okay.
and it absorbs moisture highly, and
Okay.
it's resistant to alkalis and can be laundered at home with detergents.
Okay. That are the properties of viscous. The next man-made fiber is, sorry, polyester. Next man-made fiber is polyester. Polyester is man-made synthetic filament or staple fiber made from reaction between an alcohol and an acid. It is formed by the reaction of an acid and an alcohol. Polyester is formed by the reaction between alcohol and an acid. Oh, sorry. All are in, right? Participant 7. Okay. Okay, we are saying about the polyester, man-made polyester. We are saying about that. It is a man-made synthetic filament or staple fiber made from reaction between an alcohol and an acid. Polyester fibers are very strong. Have you seen the polyester cloth, polyester fabric? Huh?
Ma'am.
You have seen, right? Yeah, it is very strong. Strength remains unchanged when wet because it says that the strength remains unchanged. When the fabric is wet, it is not that much strength here because it is hydrophobic in nature. That means it repels water. Its absorbency is low. Polyester fiber is like that. It is not like cotton. Absorbency is very low. So if when the fabric is wet, the strength remains the same. High strength and stiffness of polyester makes it a wrinkle resistant fabric because it have high strength and stiffness. That means if we wrinkle, if we were to say, if you wrinkle that fabric, that lines and all, it will not form. It is wrinkle resistant fabric. It cannot be wrinkled easily. Okay. And polyester is thermoplastic in nature. And what do you mean by thermoplastic? Anyone knows what is thermoplastic? Thermoplastic means if we burn an item, like burn that this I will give an example for polyester itself. If we burn that fabric polyester, it becomes plastic, right? Have anyone burnt the thermoplastic, this polyester fabric? Or you can take an example as a candle also. When we burn it, it melts, right? Like the polyester materials also, when we burn it, it becomes plastic. It melts. Like and after when we cool it, it become hard. That process is known as thermoplastic nature. We say it as thermoplastic nature. So polyester is thermoplastic in nature. Polyester is more resistant to acids than alkalis. It is more resistant to acids more than alkalis. So these are the properties of polyester. Polyester is a man-made synthetic filament or staple fiber made from reaction between alcohol and an acid. Polyester fibers are very strong. The strength remains unchanged when wet because of the hydrophobic nature. It repels to water and the absorbency is low, so the strength remains unchanged. The high strength and stiffness makes it a wrinkle resistant fabric. It have high strength and stiffness, though it makes the fabric wrinkle resistant, and it is thermoplastic in nature. and it is more resistant to acids and than alkalis. Okay. The properties of polyester is understood, right? Now the next man-made fiber is nylon. Okay, nylon. Nylon fiber are known for its good strength. You can see a picture here, a coir, rope, all these are made by nylon and it has good strength. They have elasticity more than polyester. They have more elasticity than polyester. Elasticity than polyester. It absorbs around 4% of moisture on its dry weight. It absorbs only 4% of moisture on its dry weight. So absorbency is less. Products like ropes, socks, swimwears are made from nylon fibers. You can see the products like swimwears. The absorbency is also less. Socks, ropes and all. Nylon, like polyester, is thermoplastic in nature and melts when heated. Yeah, you know what is thermoplastic, right? Magna, can you say what do you mean by it is thermoplastic in nature?
It's when we burn the polyester or nylon, it melts like plastic, and when it's cooled down, it become very harder.
Yeah, right answer. So, nylon, like polyester, is thermoplastic in nature. It is less resistant to acids than to alkalis. Understood? It is less resistant to acids than to alkalis. It has a good resistance to sunlight and weather. These are the properties of nylon fiber. Nylon fiber are known for its good strength, so that's why they are used as this one ropes, symphys and all. And it absorbs around 4% of moisture, which is less absorbency. And it is thermoplastic in nature, and it have a good resistance to sunlight and weather. These are the properties of nylon. And the next man-made fiber is acrylic. And these acrylic fibers are spun from acrylon nitrile polymer, a kind of polymer. It is spun from acrylon nitrile polymer. Okay, it's a polymer. They are used for knitted sweaters, winter wears, shawls, curtains, imitation fur, pile fabric, etc. So here in this, I have not given the picture. All the knitted sweaters and all are made from acrylic fiber. Okay, knitted sweaters, winter wears, shawls, curtains are made from acrylic fiber, and they have good strength and soft to handle. They have good strength and it is soft. And they are hydrophobic in nature. Hydrophobic means it repels to water. So their absorbency will be less. They are also resistant to sunlight and weather. They are resistant to like cotton and wool. They are resistant to sunlight and weather. So these are the properties of acrylic fiber. So we have studied natural fibers and man-made fibers. So please explain natural fibers. What are natural fibers? Anyone please explain. Anyone? Steffi, can you please explain what is natural fiber?
Natural fibers are fibers made from natural things like plants,
Plants,
vegetables,
yeah. Yeah.
etc.
Okay.
The
And
example.
yeah, we have explained the properties, some properties of natural fibers. What are the fibers which we have explained here? Magna. For natural fibers, we have explained some fibers, right? What are they?
Jute, wool, silk, flax, cotton, etc.
Okay. Okay. Someone please say the properties of Anna, please. Can you tell me the properties of cotton?
Ma'am. Cotton is obtained from the seed hair of cotton. It is a natural fiber.
Okay.
Then cross section of cotton fiber is like kidney shaped.
Okay. Good.
States in India are Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal.
Okay.
The length of the fiber ranges from 10 mm to 65 mm. Traditionally wearing in hot and humid weather.
Okay.
We have the ability to conduct heat.
Okay.
The strength of the fiber is very good.
Okay.
It is affected by sunlight due to the photochemical degradation.
Reaction.
Uh,
A degradation. Okay.
the
It
vegetation
affects yellowness in dyeing cotton. Okay.
it can be easily dyed using different classes of dyes like direct, reactive, WAP, and sulfur dyes.
Sulfur dyes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. These are the properties of cotton. And please explain the properties of jute. Who's good? Malavika, can you explain the properties of jute? What we have learned?
It is obtained from the stem of jute plant,
Okay.
cellulosic in nature like
Okay.
cotton and can absorb moisture.
Okay.
Excellent strength and low elongation.
Okay.
Strength of fiber are higher than cotton. Due to
Okay.
roughness and stiff handle of jute fibers is not used for clothing, but it
Okay.
is used to make carpets, bags, etc.
Okay. Then the next fiber is flax, natural fiber. Nidhi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Please explain the flax.
Flax fiber is thick regular fiber
Okay.
can be dyed to any color. Length of the line is 10 centimeter to 100 centimeter.
Okay.
Fabric made of flax lining. Cross sections of fiber shown that flax fibers are polygonal in shape.
Polygonal in shape.
Can be can op-
Polygonal means you can see the picture right there, no? It is flat, okay? Understood, no? It is polygonal in shape and flat in shape.
Ma'am,
Okay.
excuse me, ma'am.
Okay, tell me, Sefi.
Sharon and Tulsi is in the waiting room.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think I have admitted her.
She is there now, ma'am.
Yeah, she's there, no? Yeah, I think she is here. I have no idea. She's here, right?
Ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay then. Okay, tell me, Nidhi.
it can create CC due to its nature. It is cellulose.
Cellulosic in nature. Okay, and the next one is wool. Malavika, can you explain the properties of wool?
Obtained from the fleas of domesticated sheep.
Yeah.
It is a natural protein fiber.
Protein fiber. Why it is
There
called a
are-
natural protein fiber?
It is obtained from an animal.
Hair of animal hair. Okay. Then a merino wool is an Australian wool. Okay, it is not a property. Okay, surface of the wool.
Absorb moisture more than cotton.
Okay.
They have less strength than cotton but elongate more than cotton.
So
Yes.
in the next class, I will give you a table for all these fibers and the strength. So it can be easy for you because without reading out all these points, I'll make or you guys make a table like write the names of the fibers and the strength, elasticity, absorption, like that. Draw everything and write it is less or more, like that. Like that you can study it easily, right? So wool, Malavika, you continue.
They are resistant to acids than alkalis. Dry cleaning is recommended for
For
wool.
wool,
Exposure to sunlight and weather tends to turn wool yellow.
and it can be
Can be
easily
easily
dyed.
dyed with acid reactive and metal complex dyes.
Okay, and the next natural fiber is silk. And who is going to explain it? Reina, can you please explain about silk, properties of silk? Just explain the properties of silk only.
They are the strongest fiber.
Okay. Silk. Okay, please. What is silk filament?
The silk filament. The silk is removed from the cocoon of the silkworm to give continuous length of the thread.
Okay, that is silk. And please explain the properties. Silk is okay. Tell me, okay, or else read it out. What? Okay, tell me.
It's a natural protein filament obtained from the cocoon of the silkworm. The raw
Okay. Sericin. There is a sericin. Okay. What is sericin?
silk gum.
It's the protein. Yeah. Sericin or silk gum. It is a protein. Okay. Tell me. Where it is found?
Inside the filaments.
Okay. Sericin is a raw silk strand from the cocoons consists of two silk filaments. There are two silk filaments. You can see in triangular shape, right? And a protein is covering the silk filament that is known as sericin. Okay, and it is also called as silk gum. And the removal of silk gum is known as degumming. Okay, what we obtain by degumming? Yeah, we get a smooth hand silk. We get silk fiber as with bright luster and smooth handle. Okay. And dry cleaning is recommended for silk fabrics. Sunlight affects silk like wool and cotton. It creates yellowish color. Okay, and the next one is the man-made fibers. Okay, what you understood from the man-made fibers? Tell me, anyone, please tell me what are man-made fibers. Malavika, can you say what is man-made fibers? They are the fibers. Tell me.
Not found in nature, that are spun from polymers like cellulose, synthetic polymers, metallic compounds, etc. by a mechanical spinning process.
Okay. And there are some man-made fibers. We were discussing about that. They are, what all are they? Steffi, what all we discussed here? Viscose,
Viscose, rayon, polyester,
nylon. Okay, acrylic. Okay. Now we are going to study about some high performance fibers are there. Okay, and they are carbon and some more high performance aramid fibers, etc. They are high performance fibers. And please don't write this, okay? By mistake it have come. Yeah, I'll give you examples. Carbon is an example of high performance fiber, and aramid fibers are also an example of high performance fibers. And see, these high performance fibers are used for bulletproof vests and firefighters uniform. So you can understand from that these fibers are used for firefighters uniform, and it have high strength, resistance to chemicals, and can withstand high temperature without degradation. The fibers which have high strength, resistance to chemicals, and can withstand high temperature without degradation, that is high performance fibers. Okay. Anna, what is high performance fibers?
Fibers have high strength, high without
I can't hear you. I think your voice is breaking.
resistant chemical.
Okay, can you explain some examples for high strength fibers? Were they? Yeah.
Bulletproof,
Okay, okay, okay. Examples are examples are
outfits or
carbon. Okay, carbon fiber is an example for high strength fiber. Okay, and they are used for bulletproof vests. Okay, and firefighters uniform. They are used in as firefighters uniform also. High strength fibers. Next, we are going to. So you understood what is high strength fibers? Before going to the next topic, I'll ask you again. Understood what is high strength fiber? Steffi, can you please explain what is high strength fiber?
These fibers have high strength, resistance to chemicals, and can
Okay.
withstand high temperature
Okay.
without
Okay.
degradation. They are
Okay.
used for bulletproof vests and firefighter uniform. Example, carbon.
Okay. Carbon is an example, and there are so many more aramid fibers are also an example for that. Next, we are going to study about yarns. Yarns are the filaments or fibers, both are same, are converted into yarn for weaving or knitting. The fibers, you can see, I'll show you. This is a fiber, staple fiber. And in this topic, we are studying about the yarn formation, okay? How the yarn is formed. These are the staple fibers. The individual fibers are made parallel to one another using a series of machines in a spinning unit. By a machine process, these staple fibers are made into parallel like this. These fibers are made into parallel to one another. And these parallel strands of fibers are drafted and twisted together to form a yarn. And these parallel fibers are twisted together to form a yarn. Yarn means when we twist these parallel fibers, we get a yarn. And twist imparts a strength and cohesion to the yarn. By twisting these parallel fibers, they will get sticked each other. Some pressure is applied and they will get sticked each other and they will form a yarn. Okay. When the yarn is spun from staple fiber, this process, I'm saying about this process. When the yarn is spun from staple fiber, it is known as spun yarn. Understood? This is a spun yarn, which is twisted, which is spun from a twisted or spun from a staple fiber is spun yarn. And the next one is the filament yarn. When the yarn is made from twisting of parallel filaments like silk. Silk filaments are long, they have more length. So when the yarn is made from twisting of parallel filaments like silk, where the filaments run through the strand of the yarn, it is known as filament yarn. Okay, the silk filaments are long, not like staple fibers. So it is known as when that silk filament twisting of parallel filaments like silk, where the filaments run through strand of the yarn, is known as filament yarn. Understood? What is a yarn? Malavika, what is a yarn? Fibers.
The parallel strands of fibers are drafted and twisted together to form a yarn.
Okay, good. Okay, then can anyone explain the yarn formation from staple fiber to a yarn, spun yarn? Reina, can you explain the yarn formation which I have said now?
The fibers are twisted.
Okay.
Parallel one used it is a machine spinning unit.
Okay.
When the parallel strands of the fiber are drafted or twisted together form a yarn, the
Okay.
twist imparts the strength and cohesion of
To
the
the
to
yarn
the
and-
yarn.
Okay.
When the yarn is spun from the staple fiber is known as spun.
Spun yarn. Okay.
Spun yarn.
Okay. And what is filament yarn?
The log yarns.
Okay, the silk. The yarn which is twisted of see the spun yarn we have got it from the staple fiber, and the filament yarn is from silk. Understood? Okay. Can anyone explain properly, Malavika? Can you explain what is filament yarn and spun yarn?
Spun yarn, when yarn is spun from a staple fiber,
Okay,
we get
that
the
is spun yarn. Okay, and what is filament yarn?
When yarn is made from twisting of parallel fiber filaments like silk.
Silk. Okay. Where the filaments run through strand of the yarn, it is known as filament yarn. And the silk fiber is long. Okay. Next, we are going to study about weaving. What is weaving? We are going to study what is weaving. See, you can see a picture here. There are two sets of yarns which is perpendicular to each other. This one is longitudinal is warp yarns, and this one is weft yarn. Understood? And the selvage is the thickest part of a fabric which is not stitched. Selvage means it is the thicker part of a fabric which is not stitched. Okay, and these vertical yarns are warp yarns. Warp, and this horizontal yarns are weft. Understood? So now I am going to say the process of weaving. Weaving is the process of interlacement of two sets of yarn which are perpendicular to one another. See, this is weaving. The process of interlacement of two sets of yarn which are perpendicular to one another, like this. This is weaving. Understood? What is weaving? Students, what is weaving? It is the process, tell me, interlacement of two set of yarns. Reina, tell me what is weaving?
Weaving is a process of interlacement of two sets of yarn which is perpendicular to one another.
Okay, you can see warp and weft yarns here. Weaving is done using looms. Weaving is done using looms, and there is hand loom, power loom. And after the class, I'll give you the videos, okay? After this chapter, I'll give you videos. So it will be more clear to you how weaving is taking place and how loom, what is hand loom and what is power loom. I'll show you the videos after the chapter, okay? And power loom can be non-automatic. It is a non-automatic or automatic. Yeah, it can. Hand looms are operated manually. We can see people doing in like in Coimbatore and all, Tirupur. There are so many factories where people are doing hand looms there manually. They are doing manually. Also, power looms are also there. You can see. I'll show you the pictures in the next class. Okay, for the loom, so it will be more clear for you. Power loom can be non-automatic or automatic. Hand looms are operated manually and power looms require electricity. The set of thread that run down the fabric in the longitudinal direction is termed as warp. This is warp. See, this is warp. The set of threads that run down the fabric in the longitudinal direction. Set of thread that run down fabric in the longitudinal direction, that is a warp yarn. And the weft yarn is the set of thread that is inserted in the fabric. You can see the blue yarns, the warp yarns, it inserted inside the weft yarns, right? The set of thread inserted in the fabric in the horizontal direction is termed as weft yarn. Okay. Okay, someone tell me what is warp and weft? Anna, can you say what is warp and weft?
That the fabric.
Anna, I think your voice is very low. I can't hear you properly. Can you say it loudly?
The set of thread that run down the fabric of the longitudinal direction.
And weft. Magna, please say what is weft? Or do you understand?
It is a set of thread that is horizontal in direction.
Okay, that is weft. So we have studied the process of yarn formation and weaving. Okay. There are different types of weaves. They are plain weave. We are going to discuss about plain weave, simple types of weaving, right? Okay. Plain weave, twill weave, and satin weave. This is plain weave. This is the picture of a plain weave. A plain weave is the simplest interlacing pattern that can be produced. It is the simplest interlacing pattern. See? Sorry. It is the simplest interlacing pattern that can be produced. It is the simplest weaving. Actually, the plain weave is the simplest weaving, and it is produced by alternately lifting and lowering one warp thread across one weft thread. See, this is warp and this is weft. The planes warp is shown as X, and you can see the weaving process of basket weaving or anything. You know the process, right? Like lifting and lowering of the warp and weft threads. Anyone understood what is lifting and that process? Understood, Reina? You understood the process of weaving? Yeah, it is simple. That is did here that it is plain weave. So plain weave is the simplest interlacing pattern that can be produced. It is produced by alternately lifting and lowering one warp thread across one weft thread. And I think by seeing the videos only you can understand it properly. I can't give you a correct definition like this. By seeing it will be clear. Okay. The next one I'm going to teach you is twill weave. There is a twill woven fabric. Example is denim jeans. And the graphical representation is here. In twill weave that repeats on 3 or more ends and picks and produces diagonal lines on the face of a fabric. By the twill weave, on the fabric we can see a diagonal lines. Can you see a diagonal line? In our jeans fabric, it is like that, no? You can see a diagonal lines in jean. It is due to the twill weave. Understood? And the other weave is satin and satin weave. See, this is a satin woven fabric, satin fabric, okay? A satin is a warp-faced weave in which the binding points are arranged to produce a smooth fabric surface free from twills. It is a warp, it is a warp-faced weave in which binding points are arranged. See, the weave which is evident is warp. Warp side is more evident. So, and it creates the smoothness of fabric. When the warp face is evident, the fabric will be more smoother. There is no lines or anything you can on satin woven fabric, satin fabric, huh? And satin is described as warp satin. And there is weft satin also, in which satin frequently referred to as weft satin is it will be weft faced weave to give a smooth and shiny appearance. The weft face will be more evident in weft satin. Understood? So we are saying about satin and satin weave. The warp faced weave arranged to produce a smooth fabric surface free from twill lines that are satin weave. Okay. So we have studied about what all we have studied today. Textile fibers. Okay. Can you please explain what is plain weave? Anyone please explain what is plain weave? Meghna, can you explain what is plain weave?
It's the simplest weave.
It is the simplest interlacing pattern. Yeah, it is the simplest weave. Plain weave is the most simplest weave. Huh? And it is the simplest interlacing pattern that can be produced. Okay, and what is twill weave? Reina, what is twill weave? Twill weave. What is an example for Twill weave. Give me an example.
Denim jeans.
Denim jeans. Okay, what you can see in that weave, in that
Diagonal.
diagonal lines are to be seen. Okay, so what is twill weave? What do you mean by twill weave? See,
Twill weave is a repeater on 3 or more
Repeat.
ends and picks a produce
It's on 3. Okay,
produce and
piece
produce
of a
diagonal
fabric.
lines piece of fabric.
Okay, that is twill weave, and we can see the diagonal lines like this in on a twill weave. And the last one is satin weave. Who is going to explain what is satin weave? And weft satin, weft satin. Steffi, can you explain?
Satin is a warp-faced weave in which the binding points are arranged to produce a smooth fabric surface free from
From
twill
twill
lines.
lines. Okay.
A satin is frequently described as warp satin.
Okay.
A
And weft
satin
satin. And weft satin.
frequently referred to as weft satin
Okay,
is
weft weave.
based weave
Weft weave.
to
Okay.
give a smooth and
Smooth, shiny
appearance.
appearance. Okay. That is warp and weft weave. Okay. Now, what we have studied today is natural fibers. Okay. Can you classify natural fibers? Can anyone explain? Classify natural fibers. They are classified into two. Natural fibers are classified into two: natural and man-made. Malavika,
Fibers are
tell me the
classified into two, natural
classifications
and
of
man-made,
okay. Tell me the
based on
classifications.
the chemical composition.
Okay.
Natural
Yeah,
is divided into cellulosic, protein, and mineral.
Mineral. Okay.
Man-made is divided into cellulosic, synthetic, protein, mineral, and metallic.
Okay. Now I think now our class is going. It's time to end up the class. Okay. So see you on the next class, and get your drawing books, color pencils, and all for the next class. Okay. Clear? Okay. Then bye bye. See you.